All right. It is October freaking 30th. Team call night. Always exciting to see you guys on Wednesday night. And so tonight we are talking about something that we've kind of been not breadcrumbing, but just kind of trickling into the team. Something that we heard from on a Slay Squad of a girl who is just killing her business with free groups. So we are embracing it. We are feeling like it's it's something that's been around for a really long time, but I don't think we ever really embraced it or took it serious. And we were always hung up in that world of like, well, why am I going to run a free group? I got to hit Success Club, right? But we've got this new mindset of like what's important, and what's important is getting people involved, getting people in the door to show them what we offer and giving them all sorts of options on how to get involved in our community. But the most important thing is getting the word out about what we do and breaking through these kind of misconceptions about challenge groups and what's expected there. So before I share my take on this, I'm going to let kind of everyone else share what they've created already to help, because this team is just doing great things together by sharing the workload and providing some tools and resources and things to make this really easy, hopefully, for all of us to take and implement and run with. And not only that, but to really easily duplicate this for when we get new coaches on our team. We're letting them know, run your free groups, run it right off the bat, offer free groups, get people in the door, and we'll show you how it kind of works. So I am going to hand it off to Alicia, because Alicia heard about free groups, was excited about it, and in 37 seconds created this amazing template for a plan. And if you haven't looked at it already, it's freaking amazing. It's an amazing resource for our prospects who don't have to buy a single thing. So Alicia, tell us about what you did and what we're going to be able to offer them.
Sure. Okay, so if you guys were on that Slay Squad call, it was, I don't remember the girl's name, but she's a newer coach, I believe a year into the business or so. And her whole thing was talking about how free groups is pretty much the only thing she invites to out of the gate. It's the way she warms up her cold market. She rarely just invites people to paid challenge groups. And when she started talking about it, I was like, I need this right now. This was coming right off of, losing my Success Club streak, feeling like I'm just hustling and headhunting constantly and really feeling the burnout from it. And I was like, I need to do something different. And I've been wanting to do we've seen plenty of calls about people talking about create your free offer and something that you're going to send people and give them free value and all this stuff. And I wanted to do that, but I didn't really know how I was going to do it. And what she was doing just completely spoke to me. So I can't say that these are my ideas. I literally listened to everything she said. I was screenshotting those slides that she did, and I just took her stuff and kind of made it my own. Used an old meal plan that I had created for an old intro to clean eating group that I had done before, and just kind of put it all together, put some scripts in there so you guys can take this stuff, run with it. It's literally all you need to run the group. And then created the free offer thing, and Mary Page helped me with Canva, and it looks so professional and beautiful. And if I had tried to do it, it would have taken me 5 years and it wouldn't have even come close to looking as good. So thank you, Mary Page, for that. But all right, I'm gonna screen share.
Hey, Alicia.
Everything. Yeah.
Can I just add one thing?
Yeah.
I kind of took your idea and I decided I'm going to run one next week because I was just like, what the hell? It's November. Might as well get them in the door early. And what I'm doing is creating all of the graphics for you and anyone else. And I'm basically going to package them up and put them, I'm going to finish them by the end of this week and package them up and put them in the team pages so that you guys can take them and you don't have to recreate anything. You can literally just put it in your group, schedule everything out and just run it and go live, because you already did all the hard work. I'm just gonna do the daily check-ins and the inspiration stuff. So
Yay! That's so amazing. That's awesome.
yeah,
Because
so
graphics is
I'm
not
definitely
my
going to share
thing.
that with you guys.
Yes, the best. Okay, I'm really excited now. All right. How do I get this out of here? No. All right, can you guys see my screen? All right. Okay, so the free week that this girl talked about doing was basically you're just getting them in the door with BOD. And one of the cool things that I realized after I started kind of investigating this is that you don't have to get people to sign up for the free trial to try a lot of the workouts that we have, which is great because I've tried to run free groups in the past. Like when Clean Week first came out, that was the intention of it, is that it was supposed to be our resource to run free groups. And you still had to like, or I thought, I don't know, maybe you did then, but I thought you still had to get people to sign up for the trial. So people would show interest. And then as soon as they saw that they had to sign up and they were going to be automatically charged in 14 days, I lost a lot of them. So this is like completely free, no strings attached, which is great. So I went into BOD and looked at all the things that they can get that are in front of the paywall. So Clean Week, all the workouts are in front of the paywall. The like meal plans and stuff aren't, but all the workouts are. And then since they've started doing all the new programs with the real-time stuff, the samples that they originally put out on YouTube or whatever, are now all in BOD, and those are before the paywall too. So I just kind of like compiled a list. I made a workout schedule, like a generic workout schedule, but you can tweak that if you don't want to. Like Clean Week, I think it's 4 workouts and then they repeat. So I was like, I don't want to do that. And like personally, like Clean Week can be kind of a snooze fest a little bit, but you want to have something that's like beginner for people that aren't, already active, and you don't want them to be like turned off and think it's too hard for them. So in this one, for the sake of just like a generic tool, I did use for the Clean Week workouts. And then like 21 Day Fix Real Time, there's a sample that they can access. They can access 21 Day Fix Extreme, Morning Meltdown, Shift Shop, Live 4, Transform 20. So I just did like 6 workouts, but you can change it. If you get somebody or a handful of people in there that are already working out and you want them to sample some of the harder stuff, just change the workouts. So you want to be inviting to this like for a solid week, or that's what this girl does. So that's my plan. I was originally going to run one starting on Monday, and then I figured like I'm still trying to close out October, so I'm going to close out October, start inviting on the 4th, and I'm going to run my first one on the 11th. So for that week, that is like all I'm going to be focusing on. It's all I'm going to be promoting. It's all I'm going to be talking to people about, because I want to fill up that group as much as I can. Because my thought is if I can get them in there and then just like hammer them with like so much value and really get them to see like a taste of what we offer, then in the end, hopefully the goal is that a lot of them will see the value in moving over to a paid group, as opposed to like me talking to people on Instagram that I, have a lukewarm relationship with. And then as soon as money comes up, they might not trust me quite enough yet to do that. So that is my plan. So I've got in here literally like what you can say to people a week before, start inviting to the free group. So, I mean, you guys can see it, but like, hey, blank, like, I don't know if you'd be interested, but I'm running a free fitness motivation group for the week of whatever. You'll get free access to a lot of the workouts I do, so you can see what they're about, and I'll be coming in live daily to lead you through the week. Would you like to do it? So like short and sweet, simple, not a lot of information. Just, do you want to come do a free week with me? Don't overcomplicate it. Don't give them too much information. Just get them in the door. So how the group's going to run. So daily posts every morning. So she said that she starts with like an inspirational post, a picture, quote, whatever, for every morning of the group. So if Mary Page is going to make those, that's even better. That's not something that I won't have to create before that. and she goes live every single day, preferably at the same time. She mentioned like Zoom calls, but I feel like I'll get more people watching lives than getting them to jump onto Zoom calls because that's intimidating to people. So I'm just going to go live, and I'm going to run this on Facebook because I want interaction. Like my hope is that they'll ask questions, that sort of thing. And it's just, that is a whole other conversation, but Challenge Tracker app to me feels very sterile, and I don't feel like there's going to be a lot of like interaction there, and that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to keep it on Facebook. So the topics that I'm going to use Monday, just to welcome, like share a little bit about my story, why I'm doing Beachbody, all that stuff, what they can expect, and then a brief description of what they can get on BOD. And I'm going to stress the fact that the things that they're seeing are like a tiny, tiny little fraction of what the whole system offers. Then Tuesday, focusing on nutrition, just kind of explaining the nutrition plans that we have. So explaining briefly To-Be and Portion Fix, showing what the containers look like, and like really hammering in on the point that like it's not just workouts. Like if you really want results, you have to really focus on nutrition too. And then Wednesday, I'm going to do like hydration and sleep. She just had like, I think she had like a hydration thing, but like sleep being so important to health, all of that, just kind of like giving them, the education on all the different facets of fitness. And then Thursday, I am going to talk about some of our supplements, but I'm not going to talk about what anything costs. And I'm not going to be like, oh, you should drink Shakeology because of the adaptogens and the antioxidants. Just like talking about it in a real normal way, like we're, supposed to be doing when we explain it to people. And, I probably will share how I was super avoidant, did not want to do any supplements, was not into Shakeology in the beginning, and then what I found since using it for so long. And then talking about the performance line too, obviously. And then Friday, time management. I don't remember if this was one of hers or if I made this one in there, but that's a big thing for a lot of the people that I talk to. So I figure it's important to like show people that even though you have a busy life, you can still, this fits in to your lifestyle, no matter how busy you are.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second, Alicia?
Yeah.
So I was going to just like share my bits at the end, but I figure why not share it while you're talking about some of the topics. So I was listening to Amy Porterfield, and she had a podcast on a 7-day pop-up group to basically do what we're doing. And the biggest tip, or one of the biggest tips in there, is that your 7-day group, your free groups, we should be combating objections that are typically coming up in conversation. So just like Alicia did with the time management one there, like in your group, talking about time management as an objection. Like, are you guys seeing how you're fitting in 30 minutes a day? Like, is it possible for you guys, in generating that conversation with them? And one of the things that I want to encourage you guys to do is to take this template and spend just a little bit of time personalizing it a little bit. So your niche market, maybe it's a little bit different than Alicia's, or maybe something in here you're tweaking just a little bit to really target those objections that you're getting. So for me, I might, one of the things that comes up for me is kind of a discussion on that body positive movement or whatever. Like, what does it mean for people? And talking to people about those things up front in the group, all those things that are kind of that hesitation to jump into something. I forget what else I was thinking. I wrote it. Oh, pre-existing mindsets about losing weight. What have they experienced before? And, why are they in this free group? And having those conversations in the group so you can kind of combat those objections you might have in conversations, or get them to really feel empowered. So that was the big tip. And I'm just looking at my notes, but helping people feel empowered in this week to take action moving forward. Because the most important thing we can do here is to get people excited about it, and not just have them come in for a week, do a couple workouts and be like, yeah, that was cool, but I didn't really engage, right? We need to generate engagement, excitement, people feeling empowered of, yeah, I can do this. This feels good. Thanks for the tips. And I'll stop there with that note, but I just wanted to share of making it a little more personalized when you take this template, or making sure when you go live that you're speaking to your community of people in that group.
Yeah, and on the engagement thing, so she talked about running raffles. Oh, I'm busy at the moment, please. Go. I gotta talk, okay? Go down. Sorry. So running like a raffle, so I'm figuring like I'll probably give away samples, beach bars, energize, all that sort of stuff. So they get entries for sharing sweaty selfies, for commenting and asking questions, like, you know, you can, for whatever, but just trying to encourage as much engagement as possible. Because like you said, I don't want them to come in, not really do it, and then they're not getting out anything. They're not going to want to keep going if they didn't actually participate. So getting them to participate however you can. Okay, and then I just had an option here. Like I'll probably post some more recipes, even though when I show you guys the welcome email, that has a lot of recipes in it. But just highlighting like the blog and Fixate and all the extra things that are in BOD and all that. This is the workout schedule, which I already kind of explained. Okay, and then the welcome email. All right, so here we go. Here's free week. So this is long. I'm not going to like read it all. It's like pages and pages, but I really wanted to have something that was like super meaty, had a lot of, you know, free value in it. I didn't want to just send them some like weak little welcome. And I think we did that. So I'm excited about it. So just a little getting started, kind of pump them up, encouraging them to really participate for the week so that they can like get something out of it. And then I kind of walk them through how to get into on demand, how to get to the workouts that they can use, you know, stressing that this is just like a sample. So here's the workout schedule that I talked about. And then I do have the other ones here if they want to kind of like browse some more stuff. And then we go into the meal plan. So nutrition is probably something, or it definitely is something that I'm going to focus a lot in my free groups, because it's something that I'm really passionate about and something that I think I have a lot of knowledge about. So I'm really pouring into that because I think I can really offer like help to people with that. So just talking about the importance of nutrition, and then this is the meal plan, like I said, that I put together probably a couple years ago. And I just kind of tweaked it. It's not specific to either of our meal plans. It's just, you know, a basic clean eating type of thing. But I didn't want to go too like deep into our programs because they don't have our stuff yet. This just walks through everything. It gives them options. I made sure to like mention, like protein shakes are in there, but I made sure to like mention what we use, but they obviously don't have that yet. Different ideas for snacks. I put a bunch of dinner recipes, and then like just some tips for leftovers and meal planning and that sort of thing. And then all the recipes that I referenced are in here. See all the recipes. And then I gave them a grocery list so they know exactly what they need to buy to use the plan. And I also put in here, like I made this before when I didn't have any dietary restrictions. So I made sure to say like, you know, if you're gluten-free, if you're dairy-free, if you're vegan, all of that, whatever, touch base with me one-to-one and I'll help you tweak it, because I can do that pretty easily now. So that is, and I love it. It's so pretty. It looks so nice now. But yeah, I think that's it. She did say like literally I'm putting all of my energy into that week. Like I'm going to show up with, you know, my own journey, my own sweaty selfies, like loving on them constantly and talking to them behind the scenes about things other than Beachbody. So not just checking in and asking about their workouts, but really using that time to create good relationships with people and like learn about them a little bit more, so that hopefully we can like get a little bit more connected and they'll feel more connected to the community. I was going to say something else and now I'm losing it. Maybe it'll come to me. But yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, and then, okay, obviously, then what? Then what do you do when the week's over? That's what I was going to say. So when the week is over, after I've gone in on Saturday with my last live and thanked them and revealed the raffle winner and all of that, then it's reaching out one-to-one and inviting them to continue with the paid group, which I think I put some scripts in here. Yeah, after it's concluded. And just keeping it super simple and assuming that they're going to want to join. I don't know how this is going to work. I haven't done this yet, but this is how that other girl does it. And she says that it works well. So just, praising them on doing a good job. Let's continue with your momentum and get you into my current group so you can keep working towards your goals. What flavor shake would you like to start with? And we shall see. We shall see how it goes. But that's my plan. I'm just going to assume they want to join, be confident, and go for it. That's it.
Yay! Yay. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. And I'll just say, I know, guys, feel free to share whoever has more to say about this, but energy is going to be so huge. And what I did is I'm advising everybody to kind of run their own, because it puts skin in the game to say, you've got a group to recruit to. It's your own group. You're showing up in there and people want to see you, right? We've all been guilty of putting people in groups and someone else is running it and your people don't check in because they're like, who's Dana? Like, I don't know who these people are, right? So be, Ben keeps waking up. Be energetic and be confident and just go out and like, who wouldn't want to join a free group? So we should have a lot of traction. But with that said, people may still be skeptical, like what's the catch? And if you pick a day, I'm going to get back to that note, but if you pick a day and only one person wants to join you, you pour into that one person and you get a testimonial about how awesome that free week was, right? With one-on-one like help and support. Just go for it. I can say, like, if you are brand new, maybe you're teaming up with like one other coach or something, or your upline to like get your feet wet and figure this out a little bit and inviting and warming up your network. That's fine. But if you're a veteran coach, we should be doing this kind of on our own, I think, to each their own. But my couple of tips to give everybody that I'm going to be using is having a firm start date. This free group this week is only going to work if you start on the same day, go 7 days, let's say, and end. And one of the tips on this podcast was a firm end date. It doesn't like dabble. People don't like trickle in and like go for 6 more days, just like working out on clean week. Like, starts this day, ends this day. You can put a little buffer on there of like, what I'm recommending is making sure people are enrolled 3 days prior to workout 1, so that you're sending them updates like, get ready to start, like mentally prepare, pick a time for your workout on this day because Monday is day 1 workout and I'm here to like support you do that. So support you to do that. So give people a little bit of cushion in the beginning, kind of like a mini prep period to get in there, figure out the app or the Facebook page, whatever you're doing, and to be ready to work out. So this takes planning and marketing, right? You need to look at your calendar and know when is free week starting, when is the deadline for people to be enrolled for it, and when is it closing up, like closing up shop, like the group closes on Facebook, or if you're doing the tracker, it's a little easier because that has a firm end date. So have a firm start date, enroll a minimum of maybe 3 days before. We're all doing this for kind of the first time. So play it by ear, see how it goes. I recommend getting emails so you can email people 3 days before. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's coming. It's almost here. Pick a time. Take, whatever. Just get people in their email or on Facebook Messenger, but that's a little harder to do as like a group thing. So,
hey, Annalisa, to that point,
yeah.
What I did for what I'm going to do, I set up questions for my group. So people said, hey, I'm interested. So I shot them the link, but in order for them to get into the group, they have to answer the questions. And the one question is, I'm sending you a welcome email, but I need your email. So they have to provide that before they get in, and I won't accept them unless they provide it. So you could do it that way. Also, the other thing I'm doing, now, again, this is like all testing it out, but I'm thinking I will I'll like accept everybody all at once. So I think I'm either going to wait till tomorrow or like Friday morning or something, and just kind of like send everybody all the information all at once, post the accept, and then everybody comes in like really excited, and then I post like a welcome, like, hey, tell me a little bit about yourself, and like as like people kind of start feeling the vibe.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was actually one of the tips on the podcast today, is to be able to send back and say, okay, your request is approved. I'll see it in the group. So it's kind of that heads up of like, we're doing this thing. You're in.
Yeah. Cool.
That's awesome. Other things that were on this podcast, Alicia already touched on, like prizes, having some sort of incentive giveaway for them to participate, whether it's showing up for 6 days, like on the tracker. It's easy to say, like, if you log 6 workouts, put your sweaty selfies out there, you'll be entered to win whatever you're giving away. We talked about combating objections, going live daily. And the podcast, the last thing I'll say is that this podcast said to avoid how-tos, avoid training somebody on like portion control in a thing, because all you want to do here is get people in the door of like moving their body, carving out time to work out, not overwhelming them with like, here's what you have to do on Monday, figure this out. And then Tuesday is like, now figure out da da da. And they're like, whoa, I'm still working on like that one tip you gave me Monday. This is just like celebrating people doing a little bit, making a little bit of change, trying out something new. So avoid all these like teaching things. Maybe value can be done in like, here's one recipe to try tonight, or like the welcome email is like value packed of recipes. So maybe you're encouraging people to post if they try a recipe from the welcome email, and maybe they get incentive for that or something. But keep it simple. Don't feel like it has to be like, tell them everything I know in this week. Like I kind of said earlier from this, you want them to feel empowered, in control, and celebrating these like minor wins that will want to keep them propel them into doing more with you. So don't, what's that? Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free kind of thing? Like, don't give them everything in a free group. Like, give them a little taste of what these things are about. And that's all I have to say about it, I think. So, and the podcast was Amy Porterfield's. It was called, shoot, I think it was like number 242. It was something called a pop-up, 7-day pop-up. I'll find it. I'll stop guessing and just look at my phone where the podcast is.
I can chime in. Thank you, Alicia, for creating this, and thanks, MP, for making it so beautiful. I'm so excited for this because for, I don't know, 2+ years, I ran free groups consistently, and they were like, I literally looked at it like a well-oiled machine of, and I ran like healthy eating on a budget groups or just like different interest groups, but never groups like this. So I think this is going to be a game changer for giving people like an inside peek of what we actually do. But I know what you were talking about, Alicia. The magic is in the follow-up that goes on after the fact. When you've added the value, you've built a relationship, people are excited, you've kind of created some connection in the group you're running. And then that follow-up being, you know, a lot of times I would follow up after the group and ask if they had any feedback on it and like what they learned in that week. And then just let them know, like, if you are interested in joining an actual group, like a 30-day group, that my next group starts on whatever date. So I wanted to chat a little bit about planning your month out because this kind of ties right into it. And like I said, thinking about your business becoming like a well-oiled machine so that when the beginning of a month starts, you know exactly what you're inviting to first, when you're going to be following up about that, what you're inviting to next, so that you kind of know what you're posting about, what you're sharing about in your stories, what you're doing polls for. And it makes it so much simpler rather than just kind of like throwing things out there and hoping they stick, if anybody can relate to that. So I sat down today and this is like how simply that I do this. I print out a blank calendar off the internet and I sit down with like our Beachbody, Diamond Insider email, and I see what's up and coming for the next month, like when we have launches coming out, what programs are on sale, that type of thing, and then plug those in and then add in add in your date of when you're going to start your free group. And then if you have your challenge group running, I know a lot of us are doing the challenge group templates now. So there's not necessarily like a prep week per se. They just kind of like run from the beginning to the end of a month. And the beauty of that is that people can join a challenge group at any time of the month. But just keeping in your mind of, like Alicia said, starting a free group on the 11th, that in that week, that might be the week that you start talking about inviting to an actual challenge group. And then that challenge group, you might have people getting started that next week, right? And then at the end of the month can be more when you're focused on sharing more about the coaching opportunity and inviting to a sneak peek that we have running. That way you're always inviting to something. You're always in that inviting mode, and you always have somewhere to be putting people into something. And the cool thing about that is if you have people that are in your challenge groups getting results, then those are great people to invite to the coaching opportunity too. But this makes our months so much simpler and so much more streamlined when we have a game plan going into them, rather than just kind of like throwing things out there on a whim. The other thing I wanted to share was that Mary Paige and I were chatting today, and I've been kind of brainstorming different ways that we can like have things planned out for our team. For example, like 3-day refresh groups or things that are really going to boost people trying different products or getting engaged if they're not per se joining like an actual group. And also so that we can help people try different products that we have to offer that we're not, sorry, my lighting is so horrible, that we're not necessarily highlighting if we're not intentionally thinking to. So you might have seen in our team page, I posted today asking for like 3 to 4 sentence testimonials on Power Greens and collagen, because what we're going to start doing is I'm going to make a graphic every single month and share it at the beginning of the month in the team page of 2 products that we have, like not necessarily just Shakeology or Beachbody On Demand, but like other products we have. It might be beach bars, it might be Energize, it might be Daily Sunshine, right? And getting testimonials from us as coaches, but we can also get them from customers, so that we as a team, if you've not tried one of these products before that we're highlighting that month, that you can go ahead and try it, because the more you try it, the more you can speak to different things that your customers might be interested in trying. But also taking this concept of this like 2 product share and bringing this into your challenge groups for the month. Because people in your challenge groups typically join with Beachbody On Demand, with Shakeology, maybe with Energize, but perhaps they haven't tried beach bars, or they haven't tried collagen, or they hate eating veggies, but they've never tried Power Greens, right? So you can share these 2 products in your challenge groups every single month with the little testimonials that we're collecting for them. So that like a bunch of you posted about Power Greens that you're like, it's great when I don't get a ton of veggies in that day, right? Or like beach bars, I take them every day when I pick up Declan at school to give to him, because it's a super easy, healthy snack option, right? So encouraging people in your challenge groups to try these, and doing it as simple as sharing the graphic with the testimonials and saying, if you're going to try collagen, drop a gift below. And if you're going to try Power Greens, drop a heart, and then asking for testimonials from them once they've been drinking it for that month, which is a great way to increase products trying different customers, but it's also a great way to really boost volume and income growth in your business with those smaller wins, right? And it's a different way to kind of introduce products without it having to be one-on-one in conversations with every single person of like, hey, have you ever tried beach bars? I really think you should, like this is more of a general way to talk about it. And one more step further is that these 2 products could be products that you start talking about in your stories, in your Instagram stories, and or your posts. If you kind of tie in a line or 2 about like why you're using Power Greens, like you could be like, oh, I didn't eat the greatest lunch today, but I needed to get some greens in, and thank goodness I have this little scoop that gives me a serving of it. But kind of like Carl talked about on the wake up call this past week, like thinking of a problem and then a solution and then inviting them to try it, like so simple. He's like, do 3 slides of like, my problem was that I ate like crap today. My solution is that I can drink my shake with this Power Greens in it. Is this something you'd want to consider trying adding into your day to get your veggies up or something like that, right? That's a really boring example, but like trying to be more conscious about sharing different products in your story versus us just always posting our Energize, posting our workouts, posting our Shakeology, because those are primarily the things that we share, but we have so much more to offer for that. And I'm hoping that kind of by picking and highlighting products with the testimonials every single month, it'll kind of boost that all up for all of us.
Definitely if we focus on sharing it more. And I think that attraction, I mean, that curiosity marketing in our Instagram stories of like the chug and tag thing that we're doing, or anytime you can like tag somebody to like grab your beach bar. I don't know what it would be like yet, but having like, when you tag somebody and then sharing that, it's not just me, right? That's a testimonial, right? It's a really simple testimonial of this is my friend and she's drinking it too. And so you can have 4 or 5 right in a row of chug and tag. Yep, they all tagged me. They all, I tagged all them. They tagged me back, and I'm going to pop it in my story. Just keep in mind, guys, when you tag people on your stories, if you play music on it, I had to message Dana today because I was like, I can't share it. If you put a music on it from the Instagram app, that person can no longer share it. So you can be creative or use TikTok or one of the things that you can put the music on before. And I think then you can share it, because I shared like Kelsey's who tagged me and Sadah's. So I don't know yet, but keep in mind how that works.
Stephanie, you were saying that today we need a TikTok tutorial. So
I can't figure that thing out either. That is so time consuming for me. I'm like, and if you like mess up, you like can't redo it. Like you have to film it like into time. Yeah.
I just feel old with TikTok.
I know. We're going to be like, Kelsey, you need to just do like a 10-minute live on how you frickin' do TikTok so successfully, because they're fun to watch. I just have no patience. Maybe
also, when it comes to curiosity marketing with a lot of these products, like come up with a fun name. Like everybody has a fun name for their Energize. And I've been hashtagging mine Mom's Go Juice. And I've had 3 people ask me, like, what's this Go Juice you're drinking? And one of mine was a customer and she ended up ordering it. So like, and she didn't even let me know. She's like, oh yeah, I got your Go Juice. And I'm like, oh, sweet. So like come up with silly names and get that curiosity going too. That might like intrigue them.
Yeah, Katie Chris said that she started calling her Shakeology just, I think, her vitamins instead, or it was something other than superfoods, because people are probably tuning that word out by now. They're like, I don't care about your damn superfoods, right? Because nobody really knows about it yet. I mean, until they're like, know what superfoods are actually in it, what they do for you. Nobody cares about this buzzword, right? So think about another way that targets your market of like, yeah, drinking my vegetables or whatever it might be for you guys.
Yep. I just want to mention, keep in mind that our peppermint mocha launch is on Friday. It is November 1st. At Leadership, I got to try it. It's amazing, and it tastes like dark chocolate dipped in mint. Like there's not a coffee flavor to it. I've had a few people ask that. But I have heard that there is limited edition they're expecting to sell out, because I guess they got around the same amount that they did last year for the first pumpkin spice launch. So you're going to want to make sure you order that quickly, and make sure you're posting in your challenge groups or shooting out an email to your current customers if they want to partake in that. And I did share it in the team page the other day, but there's going to be a duo pack. So it's pumpkin spice with peppermint mocha together. And there's like special shipping. So it's like flat rated shipping. So if you order like 5 boxes, you're not paying for shipping for all 5. It's a flat rate with the seasonal Shakeology, just so you know that there's the option. If people didn't get to try pumpkin spice and they want to, they can buy it as a duo pack as long as it's around. And I think you can
it's like one 14 pack of pumpkin and 114 of Got it. I thought you meant it was like a 7 and 7 duo. I was like, what was that?
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. But the shipping thing is big, because when people ordered the pumpkin spice, there were some complaints of like, why is shipping $20? Because before Beachbody couldn't separate out, like it was like per box, it was this amount of shipping. Doesn't make any sense. It's just the way that the cookie crumbled with how things were set up. So if you get that feedback, again, just it's good to keep in mind, because some people didn't order more than one because shipping went up to like $25 or something crazy.
Yep. So keep in mind the peppermint mocha launch, and I also want to note that November 25th is the bar blend sample workout comes out, and then we are planning to run a 3-day refresh group starting Monday, December 2nd, and like promoting that as a post Thanksgiving 3-day detox. We can run that like as a team wide 3-day refresh. That way we have something to invite to that holiday week. So if you have not done a 3-day refresh, we can post some examples in the team page of those of us who have done it so you can showcase the results. But really talking about that, it's like when you indulge over the holiday and you drink too much wine, you eat too much pie and you whatever, and you feel bloated and gross, that this is a great like kickstart to get back on track with healthier habits. So we're going to do that. And also toying with the idea of doing like a Black Friday, talking about wine stuff, a Black Friday / like Cyber Monday sale, because that's always kind of fun. People are shopping for things around that time of the month anyways, and it happens to correlate with Beachbody is starting a Black Friday Cyber Monday sale starting November 26th, which I don't think typically it's like challenge groups or anything or challenge packs in that. It's usually different products or programs and gear, yeah. But we can make it our own and do a flash sale for that week if people want to rally for it to kind of close November out strong. And keep in mind too that all challenge packs are $20 off next month. So lots of exciting happenings for November. And when I have the team calendar with all of the stuff plugged into it, I will post it in the team page. That way everybody can kind of be on the same page, and you can print it out and you can put on there whenever you're going to run your free group and your challenge groups. And that way you have like a really rock solid month to invite to and know what to post about and share about and all that good stuff. So anybody want to chime in on anything?
Hey, Dana, for the 3-day refresh, we were talking about doing one after Christmas too.
Yep.
So I liked when you shared with me, the girl said in her little thing, like you could, obviously she was doing one after Halloween too. So she's like, buy one or buy all two, like buy 2, buy 3. And
Yeah.
so like all these people could have options. So like if we get to that point when we start talking about the 3-day refresh group, like we could definitely put that out there saying, you know, we're going to be hosting 2 of these groups. You know, you can buy one now or you can buy 2 and do both of them, you know, just heads up.
It's always a good thing to do a 3-day refresh group after a holiday. And I didn't really share this, but I had a talk with my corporate trainer last week, and we were just kind of talking about ways to have more wins as a team all throughout the month, not just focusing on Success Club like we had talked about, but like thinking about gaps in the month where there's not like a launch going on or a group you're inviting to, like how to kind of create more things to have people partake in. And that's kind of the thought of these 3-day refresh groups and the sharing 2 products a month and all that good stuff. So does anybody have any questions about any of that? Put the gear. Yep. All right. Thank you, Alicia.
Yes, big thanks to those of you creating and decorating Mary Page,
Yes.
and creating some of these graphics and just coming together to make something happen and make us feel really good about the last quarter of 2019 with a hopefully successful plan going into 2020. Yep. So I'm excited for it. Embrace it, guys. Run with it. Dig in. This is definitely one of those areas that you need to be focused in and treating your business like a business. So this is for the people who really want to make something happen and grow this thing. And I'm pretty sure that's every single one of you on here, because I'm looking at all of you and I can truly say that all of you are people who want to see something happen with this business. So here we go. Let's put it to work.
Boomerang it. Don't leave without boomerang. Y'all know better. Jenny liked that one. Jenny liked it. All right, ready? 1,
Oh, you haven't done it yet.
I got you. I got to make sure everyone's ready.
Baby.
I'm no heathen.
Aw.
I know what's gonna happen. People were
1, 2, 3.
while we were like gathering.
Thanks, ladies. Love your faces.
Okay.
If I don't tag you on the gram,
Don't
find me.
explain what we're doing here.
Baby.
Because we can't just boomerang it and not explain it.
Oh.
Oh, hello, little one. All right.
Two little ones on there.
Oh, 2 little ones. Oh, how
Lord help my ovaries.
All right, you guys rock. Can't wait to see what happens. Off we go. Good night.
Bye, ladies.